love this hard. It's tearing worlds apart. I never told the moon anything about me and you. And I know I gotta keep on breathing, but you know it's really hard when I'm dreaming about me and you and everything that we can do. Are you gonna be on my side now? Tell me, baby, please, are you gonna stick around? Cause all my time's for you. Just tell me that you want me to. I've been looking at you from Christ. And all these lights are dim compared to you. I've been falling, 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 and keep me coming, 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 coming. And every day, and every way, I promise I feel the same. Cause all of you more than any other words can say.
Taken away, and with the Vi already locked in, I think not having the Jarvan makes more sense.
Also,
because the Olaf doesn't like running around rocks.
If Holmes done his research, it has been Painter's worst champion statistically. He's 2-5 on it with an incredible win rate on everyone else in the meta. He just unfortunately has taken a lot of losses on Jarvan specifically, and he will avoid it here as well and go for the Pantheon pick. Ryze is still a possibility. Just doesn't have the same damage throughput as a lot of other mid laners, so I think Anivia just put the wall up and keep him away.
Yeah, it's such a good pick into the Olaf. Just create as many things to put in the way as possible.
Oh yeah, what if you just get both?
Of HLE and what they're capable of, Cassio is almost always banned, and then you get to just pick the Anivia, give it to Zeus, and then Ryze has a decent matchup almost no matter what. The Galio will be picked into it here, and I love Olaf Galio for a gargoyle delivery system, not to mention you already have
the observers go to 80 carries on the opening during the fan chants, because I think everybody knows that that is what this series today is likely going to be completely about. They do drop those wards down in that bush as they are going to clash here with no supports. Delight coming over first.
And he will just kind of clear everything from what we can see. Kanavi already rotating over though. Got word of what was going on here as Gumayushi just going to push Pays away. They know that the Camille wasn't in the lane as Ignite down from Doran just lights Zeus on fire. Kanavi now in trouble as the hookshot wall dive comes in, but Delight is already roaming up. And Faker just vacating the lane. This is actually huge for HLE with this mid lane control. I think we kind of know that Zeus should have a relative amount of control against Doran, at least for the first few levels. But I was questioning whether Faker was going to be able to push Zeka around.
Painter had the level 3 advantage had they fought there.
Yeah, hookshot wall dive does come in onto Delight here, who's been lit on fire, gets the shield, but still has to flash. The answer is yes, because Painter is actually prioritized being elsewhere. There's the flash, but the Deadly Flourish still connects here.
We have had...
She will, though, survive.
But know that the draft has a lot of power. Faker, though...
Yeah. Oh, that Justice Punch was kind of beautiful here from Faker, looking for the double taunt, only finds one. Zeus might be egged underneath this turret, just barely going to survive. And Doran looks for the axe, but doesn't find it. My God, on sub 10 health, he'll survive.
Two solo laners with these really nice little outplays. And another one right here.
He had 1 HP.
Literally 1 HP, I was told. Oh my God.
Okay, well there's the flash into the egg, and the Olaf is actually not in turret range, so Zeus will just die. That's first blood, and a massive blunder from the HLE top laner.
He's like, I'll give it to him. It was 1 HP.
Some of the other Olafs that we have seen in these team fights. We see this one more time.
If he doesn't get kills, it doesn't matter. He just flashes on him, and he's out of turret range, like you said. I think Zeus did not actually calculate for that.
This is going to be such a rough time.
Area has flash too.
Yeah, thankfully Zeus has flash, as he elected not to use that. Painter is going to come up, And Zeus, I think he's just going to accept his fate and die. A second kill onto the Anivia. And this is not the Zeus that we've been used to seeing on this champion.
To get a free back here, we'll be able to catch most of this wave, and now Painter is on the top side for a potential grub contest.
Oh dear, there's the flash in from Carrier, flash away from Zeus, but Hayes is not even interested in following, just happy that the summoner spell comes in. And Zeus just taking so much damage. Carrier walks up and ignites him just for fun. And now the curtains have been called. Does Zeus manage to get out of the way? And the answer is no for that one. And no for the final one as well. Faker also not going to go for the dive.
They got Zeka's Realm Warp on the play. They're gained. And the Anivia pushed out of lane again. So this is the second play here with Painter communicating with the team here confidently in his debut game. Comes over, and he's just like, we got him, we got him, we got him.
Sorry for taking the kill. I think that is absolutely fine.
Sustain in the lane and getting your health back up, but when you get dove and burst, not a whole lot of value as Zeka will get taunted.
Yeah, but in goes Kanavi. No Justice Punch here for Faker as the Q is going to miss there and he tries to get out and he'll be successful. In goes Painter now joining the fray and does have that shield. Doran's rotating over. Faker's coming back as Painter flashes out, but there's the Vault Breaker. Kanavi will just be executed and that was a massive overextension. Delight turns up. He was delivered by the Vi. Yeah, this Hex deck should be taken here by T1. There is vision available, and there's the Realm Warp over as well at C, where the Zeka makes his way in. The taunt from Faker comes down as Delight gets the taunt flash. Faker, though, just going to turn it into an engage of his own, and Kanavi is dead yet again. This time, though, Gumayushi's here in the brawl and takes down his former support. Zeka looking for some names here as Pay's taking a lot of damage, but the curtains are going to be called as a result. Faker gets in there, Gumayushi taking so much damage and will be executed. Painter locks him down. And Faker says good night to his former AD. Out goes Delight, but in goes Doran. And out he goes again. As Zeka is going to look for a bit of damage. Deadly Flourish is indeed deadly, and Delight will be sniped.
This is insane. So they focused Kanavi down. As we're not done yet. Carria's getting set up Faker.
Yeah, Zeus in a lot of trouble here. Does get the wall down, but he is still egged. And oh man, to lose your passive in this moment as well is just very disappointing. He'll be taken out. Might have been able to get a teleport off, by the way.
Now.
Yep.
And then this snipe. He's like, yeah, comes off cooldown. Hey, I'll try for it. And then he's just got him.
Got him. Got him indeed. Carrier also going to get Delight as Paze is moving over. Doran trying to get in here. Delight, pretty good Shadow Dash to get over that wall.
He is. He doesn't wait. He doesn't scale. He fights.
Certainly not. But now Carrier is going to get engaged on here. There's a Realm Warp over. Cease and Desist comes down onto the Camille who throws out the ulti. Painter gets himself out of there. And the curtain call is so good. Kanavi just gets slammed with an axe. And Doran is not going to be able to flash over that wall because he doesn't have it available, but it will still be Shelly going over to T1, and once again, Kanavi in the dirt.
And now it's just pretty simple here for T1. Doran holding the cross angle here with that blast cone. Good deletion there by Zeus to prevent him from getting in the way he wants to. Now maybe he can zone the Olaf.
Yeah, Battle Herald does come down here, but she is just going to walk on forward. There is Doran claiming Shelly. We'll be able to get that charge. Gets a nice little knock up there as well, but my goodness.
The damage from that
Yeah,
poke.
That's just one axe, I guess.
It was so... It's the way they pushed away was so desperate.
Oh, Carrier in a bit of an awkward spot here. Does sidestep the stun very nicely as Faker looking to make his way back in. Captive Audience comes down, taunt just onto Zeus.
Otherwise they lose the Dragon or potentially have a 50-50. But he's like, I'm on my 2M spike, but the game is done. You know, that's the frustrating part.
Oh, Pay's going to have to cleanse here. As they're not even able to kill him, even with that crystallized down. And there is the curtain call. Zeus tanking a bunch of these bullets, but no one really wants to.
This turret might actually finally go down here.
Well, Painter is going to go for the stun as he gets underneath this turret. Does get the Aegis out, and that is going to help him there as the Realm Warp does come in from Zeka just to back up the rest of his teammates.
Ocean Soul.
Yeah, off to the side, 20 seconds on that Ocean Soul that you were talking about. Justice Punch will be interrupted as Gumayushi getting a lot of damage onto Faker as in goes Delight, but they look to turn it. Cease and Desist comes in, there's a heroic entrance, and down goes the Corki. They do manage to kill Carrier, but I think he's okay with it. It's Kanavi in the backline will just pop like a balloon. Down goes Zeus as well as the curtains have been called, and never has that ability been named more correctly. as down will go everyone on HLE except for Zeka. And I think T1 will be able to finish this one off here.
In the room as well, I think the pick that a lot of people have been most critical of on Owner this season has been the Pantheon, and Painter is just, he's exactly where he needs to be every single time in this game, and it doesn't matter anymore because now I feel like you could be wherever you want as T1 and HLE cannot punish, but his engages have been crisp. Look at this one.
Yep, Summoner's Rift is where he's supposed to be, and he nailed it. He's right there right now. In goes Faker, looking for the angle. Taunt is decent, but Faker goes golden. Delight just explodes. It's a double for Carrier somehow. No idea how, really, as the Glacial Storm comes over, but it's really not much of a storm, you know. And Carrier, he goes in. He is going to be the punishment onto Zeus. No egg, no chance. And Gumayushi will also be put out of his misery. Zeka, the last man standing once again, still hasn't died this game.
Hanwha tried to force mid and it just fell apart. As here's that Olaf right here.
Yep, Zeka is going to be able to get out, does have a Seraph Shield, so the Realm Warp will not be interrupted and he won't do enough damage. The Actualizer has been completed.
Pace just doing a funny thing. He's even got the comedy, Atlas!
There we
He's
go.
got everything.
Oh, nice flash away there from Doran. Kanavi basically just explodes before anything really happens. Zeka does have a fair bit of damage as they try to go through the base gates, but Zeus is just kind of dead. Yeah, Gumayushi's also being taken down here as it's a very split fight. And T1 now have two of their opposition dead. Only Zeka there with damage, really, as they look to break open the front door. And Faker gets the flash taunt. The justice is delivered to the Rise. And the Nexus turrets will now be taken down. T1 with utter domination here in Game 1 against HLE. And we're going to need a lot more from the boys in orange if they are going to stand up to T1 today.